I'm gonna try to organize it like this because I believe that if you organize everything good enough, it somehow has more less chaotic order. So it makes sense because I'm not gonna hit everybody at certain times like I like to, because it's impossible in a world of ever changing events. So I figured this way I got 3 times a day, and I try to pick the days and times that kind of makes sense around people's lives because I mean, I'm not that. I mean, no one's that important in the world to interrupt your dinner. So I try to wait till like after people's dinner times, and then the afternoon crowd probably would be the younger crowd. So it seems like different time zones that get different kinds of crowds. So I figured this could be good organization and help me like organize and have more steady streams because it's my I guess one of my problems is because I'm trying to balance my job, taking my dog out, cleaning, and the streams. So if I like on my days off, I work. Obviously, I'll be at work. So this way, if I have 3 streams, if they're not so long or just an hour or so, I mean that's okay. If I have three a day, it's like comes to almost 3 hours. So I'm thinking that might be better. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's life. I mean, I don't know what wrong the last stream. Somebody asked me for they wanted a reading. I said okay. Leave your question, and they never left a question. And then I got all these other. I had other people coming in, and I was trying to wait for their question, but I guess it's kind of hard when you're on this end and you're trying to do one reading and I'm trying to finish one and I'll just say I'll get to you. And I believe I said I'll get to you on the last stream to that one person. I don't know. Oh, hey, were you the one that had the question and I was trying to get to your question and I don't know what happened. I'm not I'm not perfect over here. I got issues sometimes. You know how it is. You go into work and they expect a million things from you. That's why I like to talk with people that's not trying to bother me. What are you don't? I don't understand that question at all. Is this a troller? Oh, okay. What are you doing? It said don't. Okay. I'm sorry. Being a writer, when there's a lot of slang terms, it really messes me up. I'm trying to learn slang better, I guess you could say, because I studied medieval language for so long. Thank you. I had to write my one book, which I'm still waiting on this damn computer from my son. And now his wife won't give him gas money, and all this crazy stuff is going on. And the crazy thing is, I have it written. and I studied medieval English for like 2 years and some Scottish. I like the word bard. Bard's nice. But I had to be, I was like going off. I forgot that there was a whole world around me because I was trying to get engulfed in my book. So I guess this is why it's hard for me to pick up the new slang. And I'm not saying that you don't know how to word it right, but what's your my mother legend? I don't know. My mother's dead. Whatever she's doing, it's 6 feet under. So my mother was such a ingenuous character. I would like to think my mother's running heaven because my mother was like the supreme of the supreme bitch of the universe. She had a thing. Oh, I mean, death is death. I still see my mom. I see her. Oh my God, Chong, can you stop? Oh hi. But yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not upset about it. I talk to her still. I mean, it kind of sucks I can't call her on the phone, I guess. But I mean, I was there when she died. I seen the passage. I mean, she was really sick, and it was weird because after I watched her die, I guess I was sad, I guess, but I was relieved at the same time, if that makes any sense, because she was in so much pain. You gotta realize the reality around you and stuff. Sometimes when you can foresee things or you can see things most people can't, in times of disaster, you see the most. That's when I see a lot of my specific detailed stuff. I seen my mom's death a week before it happened. I tried to warn her. She didn't, and I don't get death dreams very often, and I don't like them. And I had it for a week straight. I asked her to go to hospital, but maybe it was meant to be. She died at that moment. I don't know. That's why I'm over here trying to help people because sometimes when death goes unresolved and you can't talk to them one way or another, a lot of people will try to scam you, I guess, and just do a lot of bad things. And the thing is most people are lying to you. Because honestly, I got so many things going on. I don't have to charge for tarot card readings. I just do it literally because I burnt out from work. Ow. Yeah, I'm just burnt out from work and I just want to have talk. I want to talk to people that's different talk. I don't want to talk about specific wounds or this or that. And I like to help people because it's not the same talking to her on telephone, but being able to see her and hear her voice in my head when she's speaking to me really helps. And a lot of people got it worse than me, and I get it. I'm a STNA. I'm also a medical assistant, also, but I'm hoping to be the assistant DON's assistant. I'm trying to talk my friend into it. She's going to talk to the boss. But because I really need time and it's not because of anything over here causing me to not put a delay on everything. It's other things in my life. Like I have to go on Amazon. They have this incredible process trying to get your book published, which I get it. I may have to pay a little whatever. And then you gotta like I don't know how much I'm going to pay for copyrights. I may have to go to a lawyer. I don't know. I was thinking, like in a month or so, go to a lawyer so I can get copyright. Because I'm kind of paranoid because it took me like 3 years to write it and I studied medieval English. I sometimes feel like, I guess it was so isolated studying and writing. And now that I'm actually able to relax a little, it's like it's a different world. How how the law? I wasn't arrested. I wasn't arrested. I was studying legitly. I got goals in my life. I mean, you can't. You only are promised the day you wake up to. Oh, lawyer. Yeah, well, if you go and write a book, it's you got one shot. And if someone steals your book or your ideas, you lost it, and that's it. And that's like 3 years of your life. It's not like a singer that can do a dope song and then someone takes something, but a million people heard it. With a book writer, it has to literally go to a lawyer. So I gotta call a lawyer probably once spring if it finishes my taxes. There's a lot of money writers get put into their work. And if you're when you're a successful writer, like Stephen King, when he was in college, he was selling short stories and stuff. And I've done poetry and had some of those published in college and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about, I don't know how I'd bring it over here is the thing. I was thinking about like doing some like war ballads because I could do some dope medieval war ballads. But I guess the thing is, I don't know how to bring it over to this platform. I'm thinking if I do a war ballad, I do have an AI generator thing that they have all over the free universe. I think even aliens know about it. And I could probably generate a picture and do a mini war ballad. I wish I could do more, but it's so hard on editing with these some of these platforms. I'm starting to get used to the shorts because I do a lot of editing and Chong humorous and things like that. But I'm thinking about starting war ballads, and I think they everything has a copyright. So over here, I don't think I have to get a lawyer for it. But I know the book I do. So the book I gotta probably pay a lawyer to start looking at it, and then pay him to put through the full copyright. People don't realize that's the other end of being a book writer. That's why most of us are there. Hello, what is it? Oh God, I wish this was a little bigger. These are so small. Okay, it looks like beach. But hello, Robert. We'll go with Robert. I don't know. It looks like beach, but it's like way at the bottom, and it's hard for me to read little words. I only need my glasses for reading, which sucks because I don't like wearing my glasses at all. At work, like if I'm doing a lot of stuff, I put them in my pocket. I don't even like them unless I'm actually looking at my phone or something. That's the only time I need it. This is why I have all kinds of random things. Yeah, I got my cards, but here at Chong we chill and just talk about random crazy shit. I mean, I'll just talk about a dog that pooped in front of my window. I talk about lots of stuff. But I got on my a lot of my windows are all boarded up because people like to are just curious. I mean, you're in apartments. Sometimes they like to look in your window, so I got mine all boarded up. But they're artistically done, so it looks very tasteful. But I plotted. But I got my cards ready, so give me your thing. I used to do this with my friend. My friend Taylor said she wanted a reading and we were gonna drink, but of course there's no Taylor. I even told her she could be in stream with me. She's like, I don't know if I could do it. I was like, why? I go, it's not that. And she actually is really pretty. That's the thing. So, I mean, I guess she wouldn't be model status, but you know what? We're all not model status, and I don't know if I'd want to be. There's a lot of drama that goes on with that kind of stuff. I guess as long as you're happy with yourself, that's all that matters. But I got this ready. If you want a reading, just put your question in there because unfortunately, this isn't like TikTok where everybody's in a bubble. They have those. Or you can have like 50 people talking at one time and you hear all their voices. And honestly, I probably could have done that, but I didn't know where the hell I was going to be getting in with a live stream like that. My daughter in law is doing that crazy shit over there. But they got some weird people. I mean, I'm talking weird. And I think there are a lot of fake people too. But they do some crazy stuff, so I don't know if I could have handled that. Sometimes you gotta, I guess, take a look at how your life is and how doing one thing would interfere with your personal life. And I think just that much drama. Oh, you want to know where your life's going? So I'll give you an overview. I think it was a college professor. Somebody came in. No, it was a doctor. I gave a doctor a tarot reading that was going through med school, and he said I would like an overview. And I really thought that sounded very professional, and he said I gave a very good reading. And I liked him. He was fun. And I really hope he like got past his test. He seemed like we need good doctors out there. The ones with compassion that aren't greedy as hell. Alright. Your life, the path you're on. I'm gonna start explaining this like I guess in a better way. But the path that you're currently on, you got full moon in Gemini, and to walk these paths, I guess you might say a Gemini kind of is a personality that can be real sweet but real deadly. And you're seeking answers because you're fully not sure who to trust. And on one path is you got new moon Aquarius, which is usually a love path, and it's bringing somebody that could possibly help you, I guess. And on your darker path, that's a lighter path. On the darker path, you got a new moon in Sagittarius, and and honestly, this is a good one because this is about luck, and it's something that you really need. And I'm feeling it's like an investment or just trying to free something up so you can get ahead. and you've been waiting for an opportunity, and I think this it's coming. And all this is going to collide together. You're just on that, I like to call it the starlit path, where you're ready to bust open one way or the other. And sometimes your two paths that are running beside you seem to be going with you. Because if you have luck and love together, generally that's a good sign. I like when people have happy readings. It gives me a little faith in the world. And I hope I was of help to you. And all I see of this love interest is this lady. I can't even see her face. They won't even show me her face. All I know of this lady is she's very secretive, but she's really sexy. And I'm not talking like cute sexy or innocent sexy. She's like that lady that dated Joker in the Joker. Oh my god, I smoked a bowl, I forgot. Joker's girlfriend in Batman. The one that had the ponytails that every guy is has a hard on for. She kind of reminds me of something like that, but there's no ponytails. It's just like her. She got kind of a badass attitude. So where the luck is, you're gonna get a girl that's kind of on a path that you're on, and they're gonna intersect. And that's about how that's going. So I guess I mean, I would be happy with that. I don't know how luck's going on my side these days. Alright, it says, do I need worries? I mean, depending. I guess I feel when you're on these paths, there's gonna be. I feel there's gonna be a betrayal. It's somebody you kind of know and you trust them, and you're wishy washy with. They have dark hair. It's a it's a female, and I feel this person could probably take you off the luck path. And if you have luck and wild savage love on your side, you're probably looking at some kind of hot crazy girl. But the wild crazy girl is gonna actually be, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a man. I'm trying to think of the right words. She's gonna be trustworthy. She's gonna be more of your equal, I guess I could say. So, oh, how you doing? But I would say that all we do is watch people around you, because some people are lying to you about things and they're pretending to be your friend, but they're not, and some of them truly are. It's something about jealousy and stuff. I don't know, they're jealous about something. People get jealous about if you got the best piece of cake, so it could be something stupid. I don't think it's anything huge, but I don't think they're fully trustworthy. And they're not gonna like this girl, so husband. I don't know what that means. I mean, you're the husband or is about your husband? Alright. Go ahead and ask your question. Oh, you want to know if you could trust your husband? Okay. Okay, go ahead and put your question and then I'll answer hers real quick. I feel you should watch close because there's somebody that's jealous whispering in his ear. He's trustworthy, it's just the people around him. I don't know, it's just some kind of like an inner power circle type crazy shit. I'm not talking like $1 billion people club, but you know what I mean. So, but he's okay. Just make sure that people aren't using him. I feel there's some people that are going to try to use him. So just try to protect him. And I think he'll be okay. That's what I would do. So that's the only worries you would have with that. That's what I foresee. Did. Alright. Did Cameron stop talking to me because of someone else? Oh, you're welcome. You could always come back and I can answer and see if I can pick up anything else next time. It might be different. When things get closer, I pick up things more. But you're very, very welcome. Thank you for coming in. Alright. And you want to know Cameron stopped talking to you because of someone else. Alright. Well, let's do this. Let's see what these guys say. Today they're kind of hot. And the spirits must be excited today. Maybe there's a flux of energy. Who knows? The universe is kind of like this at times. You gotta take it as you can. Some days are hotter than the others. Alright. Cameron is on a path of the mutual moon. In his life, this pretty means that oh, my head hurts. He's on a mutual moon, and then that kind of means that he's upset about things and he's not ready to let go of things. So I guess that's half of the problem is that. And in one way, in his one path that's waiting for him to heal, and this is your healing path generally if you're going through bad times. And he got Balsamic Moon, and he's kind of fighting it. And then his other one is his dark path is full moon Aries, which means he's going to get really angry. And it's not going to be pretty, and people are going to start separating from him. There's going to be a lot of people separating from him. Oh, you're welcome. So, yeah, there's, I don't know. I kind of would just try to stay close, but try not to. If he calls, just don't try to. Whatever he's going, it's because he's being bothered about things in his life. I don't think it had anything to do with romantic stuff. I think it's his own personal path I'm picking up. So, and a lot of people in the end are going to leave him. And you might be one of the last people standing that's his true friend. So maybe just, I guess, try to hang in there. And I feel it'll come together. It might be like slow at first, But I feel eventually it's going, after it gets kind of slow, it's going to pick up more frequently. And I feel you're going to be okay. But as it picks up more frequently, just respond to him. If he responds to you, respond to him. And then every once in a while, give him courtesy stuff and just give him his own space for a little bit. So, but I think he's gonna be, it'll be okay. Yeah. Did you see us? I think that's a typo. Selfish. Oh, did you see us selfish? That's what I got here. He stopped answering my text. So we'll just let it go. Oh, you're selling the house. Do you got another house to go to? That's a big thing going through that. You got to make sure you get all of your money and stuff together. I mean, sometimes houses. Sometimes it's good to sell it. Oh, you're welcome. Good luck, and if you have any more questions about your life when I'm trying to decompose, I don't mind answering them. I'm here, and most of the time, my husband today is with his sister, and I just don't care. I just tell him I could just go on my stream. And I'm actually starting to get a little bit of extra stuff where I have a little extra time now. Oh, do you see selling? Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me about your divorce and you're selling the house, and I felt bad. I just wanted to make sure that you're you weren't in one of those crazy marriages where they're selling the house under you and trying to take all your money. I've seen people going through that. That's some crazy bullshit right there. So I will see what they say what the paths are with this house, since I misunderstood your question. All right. All right, the path this house business is on is the waning moon. It's it needs to have closure, but it could go one way or another. The other path this house business is on is in a new moon in Libra, and it represents romantic cycles, yes, but it also represents balance if it's not connected to the kind of, like, it could be romantic or balance. And generally, if you think about it, when you're with somebody, it's a way to keep you balanced every day. That's why people want a relationship so bad, because they can't balance themselves, so they look to someone else to balance them. So he got that with his house business. He's on a path to balance things. And then he's on another, and then his other path is the full moon, which is actually, it's pretty a final card. It's like one of those cards are you're pregnant or you're not. It means something's going to be done or said and has to be, and you have no choice. I feel he doesn't want to, but then he does. He keeps going back and forth with the house business. And I don't know about his true and I don't right now his intentions haven't been released because he's trying to figure out what he's going to do. And you don't know intentions until the action has happened. So there is one party wants to and one party doesn't. That's all I really know about that. But I mean, hopefully it happens where it's beneficial and doesn't hurt both parties and everything works out. Because it's sad when people separate and things like that. And I could tell you what I guess I could tell you what I don't know what he actually feels because these things are never shown to anybody. I could tell you what he's like doing around the circumstances. I could tell you his paths, but I mean, even nobody knows no one's circumstances and what they're gonna do. So, but I could do a reading on that. And hello to Mr. Mason. Hello. All right. Well, I hope those readings were helpful. Sometimes I see weird stuff. It just happens. But we're gonna see what Tay's doing in his paths. But I can't tell you what he's feeling. It's an intrusion of your personal space. To know how someone's truly feeling, you would have to possess them. So anybody that knows how someone's truly feeling, they had a mild. If they were anybody of power, they would have mildly possessed them. And I do know, just from having family in the military and stuff, if you want to know how people are feeling, I guess, a lot of times people do the opposite. All right. Well, I'll tell you what he's doing in the paths he's on, and you would have to survey his actions because he could be one of those people that say "I love you" and really be in his head saying "I hate you." I don't know. Some people are opposite people. I keep it real all the time because I don't like to lie. I don't. Even if it gets my own self in trouble, I don't like to lie. So, okay, let's see what path Mr. Tay's on. Alright. Alright, Tay, for the path he's on right now, that he has to get off of eventually, soon, is he got a third quarter moon in. This is the moon that pretty much, I guess, when you get in this kind of cycle with the third quarter moon, it means you're stalling something. And you were supposed to do something else and you won't, and it's a moon that kind of forces you to do so. So, whatever he's doing, he was supposed to do things, get arrangements done, or get himself together at some point, and he didn't. So, this path's trying to force him out. And he got a gibbous moon for one of his paths, and he's working on himself. It wants you to work on yourself, this path. and he's kind of fighting the gibbous moon because this was supposed to be the moon cycle after he got off the path he's currently on because he has to jump on another. Because we go through many paths in our life. We really do. And then the path that directly correlates next to him, which he will get when he goes to this other path, is he got a full moon in Capricorn. And these are positive moons. These moons bring forth unity and harmony, but it's usually after you learned your lesson. So he's literally on this path where he doesn't want to get off the path, but the path's making him leave. So I don't know. I'm picking up there's a lot of confusion. And he has probably about 6 months of learning his lesson. And I feel his lesson has to do with not being nice to women. And when people are on this cycle and not being nice to women, usually just really weird shit just happens to them. And it's not good. It's just not horrible things. It's just like you lost your wallet, or you got a flat tire, or your sink broke. It's weird stuff like that. Oh my god. Chong, come on. You're knocking over my camera. Don't ever have a dog as your camera guy. They do a horrible job and they put their foot in your yard. Who knew my life would be this? Eventually one day, but it's here. But I mean, a lot of people sometimes go down this path, and the more they fight getting off the path they are on, it usually brings bad voodoo, as they say. If you're meant to jump off your path, they will force you off the path, and if you don't, I guess the signs are usually there. It's like an opportunity will pop up here and there. And if you don't jump on the path, they make you choose one. And then sometimes they'll offer option three really is a path that's blocked. And if they give you one blocked path and one open path, it means you're under a test. And he only has one open path with the two that are next to him. Some usually if people are somewhat decent, they have two open paths. So I don't know. Maybe he will kind of, when he learns his lesson, he'll be alright, but it's going to be at least 3 to 4 months for him. He's going to know that it's not going to be a small process, so I don't know. I mean, you're going to have to pray for him or something. Right. Do you see us devout? I don't know. That was a typo probably. Oh, divorce. Okay, I knew that'd be a typo. I see it's gonna come. The divorce will come. Maybe, but I feel that before the paperwork and stuff is done, there's gonna be a moment where his path is gonna give him an option of coming back, and at that point he's gonna have to, I guess, either listen to his inner self or or fake it. I don't know what he's gonna choose. But when you make a big decision like that, it usually impacts you on a cycle for like 10 years. So that's how I mean. It could go be either way. He's gonna have the wait. He's gonna have the choice to stay or leave. And I mean, I hope it works out for you guys and you get through this path so you can be together a long time. All right, nice to meet you. Oh yeah, it's nice to meet you too, Jasmine. Okay. Oh, thank you. It's Nick, my crush, going to pursue me romantically. As my friend impression in him has 28 and 29. You got a lot going on. I don't know if I could deal with one aspect of this in a week. You must be a very adventurous person. Alright, let's see here. Is Nick, my crush, going to pursue me? No, that's a easy one. Alright. My neighbor, we grew up with each other. Alright, so you. Okay. So you grew up with this neighbor. Is this Jamie? Is this my friend Jamie Kubasina? This gotta be. Who's Jasmine? Oh, okay. I don't know. I've seen my friend Jamie. She got me, and I haven't seen her in like 30 years since I've been actually just trying to pursue like a following for to set up links for my book. My friend Jamie found me after like 30 years. So I will see what pathway this crush is on, and we will see. Oh, hello. How are you? I'm gonna undo this reading and then I'll do yours. Alright. Oh, okay. Well, then sometimes, you guys were kids. You're probably looking at little. I'm feeling innocent, so there's. Sometimes it's an honest time in your life. Oh, you're welcome. It won't take me long to get this one done. It's just kind of hard sometimes to organize questions and people get impatient, and I'm just trying to help people out over here. The world has a lot of problems these days. Alright, your neighbor, crush, is in a full moon in Aquarius path right this second. Oh, I try to take everybody's question. I am the most organized YouTuber on here. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm like the librarian over here. I go in order. If no one wants to wait their turn, it is what it is. That's the way it is at work. This is the way it is on my live stream. I'm not trying to do all this other stuff. So you are very welcome. I try to be fair. And you can't got it. You gotta go one person at a time. Oh, I do. I try to go one person at a time. That's why I said you'll literally be next, even if someone else pops in. Because I'll go up the thing because it's kind of hard because you get this little tiny screen. You got a tiny screen. Anyways, this crush is in a full moon Aquarius, and actually, it's this person's in a love path. So this could be good for you. If you're currently walking in a love path, it means you're gonna have two options of soulmates. So you could be one of these options to this person because they're walking this path. And there's two, and the other two paths of this person are not blocked. So he wasn't a horrible person. So, and the one path he has after the full moon Aquarius, he goes to North Node. And the only thing with that path is to accept things he's uncomfortable with, which is kind of feelings and relationships, because he was hurt. But that's not a bad lesson to learn, because they're giving him love to learn to love himself. He's in a love path to learn to love himself. And then when he hits his final path, when he learns to love again, he's gonna have money. So there is, I don't know, there probably is someone he has, but I don't, it's there's he's gonna have problems in his relationship or something. I don't know. There's kind of somebody, there's always two, but I think you would be the more prominent one he would pick, I guess you could say. It makes more sense that he picked you. So I would go ahead and just keep doing what you're doing because will he, I don't know if he's going to pursue you, but try to see if friendship leads to a long lasting friendship with sex. He wants a ultimate bond with somebody. He wants sex and love together. True love, like the love that you stay together until you die love. Not just, I just want to do what I need to do and leave love. So, I don't think he will pursue you, but he's going to try to go and take you places as friends. So, I would just do a, well, yeah, that's what he wants. And I would just call and just ask him if he wants to hang out and don't push nothing and let him come to you. And he's literally going to be drawn to you like a magnet. Just dress up, just wear a cute outfit, just look sexy. Even I'm not a perfect 10. Just put on a little makeup, put your hair up like this bun thing I do. All I do is put two ponytails and bring them up, and then I bring it through and I just knot it. And then you can do that, and you could do a lot with your hair. Just look really cute and sexy, and I think he'll choose you because you're more trustworthy than the other one that's going to come about. And it's going to push, and this one is going to push him towards you. So don't even worry about it. She's going to be weird and loud, but he's not going to even want her. So, and she's not going to be prettier than you, but you have stuff that she doesn't have, which is trust. So, I think he'll be okay. It's just going to take him 3 to 6 months to get it together. But that's to learn how to love again. So he's on a happy test with the universe. When the universe teaches you how to love, they give you money and somebody to learn to love with. And you might be a snuggle bunny. I don't know. But I'm ready for the next question now. Let me scroll up because I got to be fair. Grateful? Well, you're a very positive person. I probably would have had a big skull. I would. I would do that if I didn't have the Chong the dog thumbnail. I would totally have a skull with blood dripping out down. It's probably good that I did that. I did the whole social network. Oh, you're welcome. Anytime I'm here, usually just getting high and watching YouTube videos. So I figured why not jump on and say, hey, I mean, what else am I going to do by life? Chong takes a nap eventually, so he might knock over my yarn and knock over the phone, but that's about the most he does. So I figure why not jump on? But go ahead and put your question now. Alright. I would like to have more clarity on this dream. Oh, I like dream jokes. These are not. I mean not jokes. Sorry. I like the dream ones. My sister usually is better at this, but I could try. So I would like to have clarity in my head about the pastor. I know who was standing in a pond of alligators telling me to go get in so they don't bite. Okay, hang on. This is really good, this story. Then I'll let you know. Give me just a minute to read this and then you could ask. I don't have a problem. Hang on. I actually told the pastor about the dream and I haven't heard from him since. So I have to laugh. Pretty sure it was a warning from God. Okay. Yeah, this is a good one. I like that one. I know why that pastor was so angry. Because you seen his deceit. Whenever they're the holy people do something deceitful and they try to cover it up, this is what holy people do. They'll just stop talking to you and everything because they're not used to having controlling dark thoughts. So he picked up on the dark matter. And a lot of times when I do believe this dark matter exists, and I think sometimes with all the amount of energy that surpluses around us, we carry a little bit with us all the time. And it comes with the energy, and that balances out karma. And if he's a pastor, he definitely has a third eye opening, and he probably seen dark energy. But he didn't realize it was his own. He probably did. They do. I see it. Then you can, once you're like, I mean, it's almost kind of like, I mean, witches, I don't like the witch word. There's really no such thing as a witch. It's just people that pick up energy, and pastors do it, priests do it. A lot of people do it. But he's seen the dark energy and he picked it up and he already knew. That's why he's not talking to you, because if he is in contact with you, the energy gets returned back. That's why people wear a lot of crosses. Because they say it's for protection, but if you don't put out any dark energy and it gets attached to you, it always goes back to its owner. So you gotta keep that in mind. And he seen your energy and thought it was yours, but it really was his own. So just keep. I mean, it's not gonna bother you. It's just gonna keep bothering him. So probably not. They do think people are stupid. They're very egotistical, and I am a Catholic of some sorts. So I'm not trying to be mean. There's some good pastors. I mean, I like holy people, and I can appreciate unholy people. I like people for people. They kept inviting me to their church. Well, don't join it. If people are, it's a cult. If they are trying to make you join and say you need to do this, it's a life choice. You pick your own path all by yourself. If you, whatever you want to worship, whatever you want to do, you do it all by yourself on your own path. You can ask people for advice, but if anybody's being pushy, stay away. They probably were. Demonic blood, demonic blood, if you get enough in you, and usually demonic blood happens when you're letting a lot of negativity around you and you're the one giving it out and you're not taking it back. It can eventually poison you, and people that are around you start picking up on it. And these are the people that take away your free will. That's why I tell people I can give you my opinion, but don't do what I say, because these are what we're supposed to do. And people do take advantage of this. They really do. And I'm not saying the church is horrible, because I'm not trying to get banned in 500 countries. I know there's not 500 countries. I'm just being sarcastic. But I believe that free will is what is our base core in humanity, and that's what a lot of religious people in the past have tried to do, including the Catholics. And they were notorious for starting it a lot. So it started right in the days of the Romans. So I would not. You want to pray, pray, and I'm always saying pray to whatever you feel is comfortable, as long as it's not disrupting people's lives. It's okay, whatever you pray to. Just if you're praying to something that's going to make you do bad things, stop praying to them. Because I did study Satanism for a little bit. I'm not a Satanist, but I studied it. And they don't tell you to kill people. They're more I don't want to say egotistical. It's more about balancing dark energy and embracing your inner ego, I guess, a little bit. So even that's not horrible, but if anybody's telling you you can't do this and you can't do that, they're going against so much universal rules, it's not funny anymore. I know it was a reason. Well, yeah. So just stay away from him, because eventually it's just, even if you go there, he's going to turn on you, and then he's going to get all involved in your life, and he's going to take more and more free will. You can't grow as a person. You can't open up your third eye to see what you're specifically supposed to do if you got a bunch of people telling you what to do. You're empowering one person when you could be making your mark in the world until you die. You live, make your mark, and then you die. And you go down in a blaze of glory. That is life. So, you need to remember that. And if people say you're wrong for it, if you're not out there murdering people and you're trying to do good deeds and spread good energy, then who cares? Because that's life. There's lots of people that don't like me. But I believe what I believe, and I don't care what anybody else says because they don't have to live my life, and you don't have to live. I don't have to live your life. You got to live your life. It would be silly for me to tell you what to do. Because if you were supposed to do something and I tell you not to do it and it impacts your life, then I'm the reason that you went into a path that could have been really good for you. And that's where they impede on these paths. I believe nothing should interfere with spiritual paths, and we all have them. But I encourage, if you like church and stuff, maybe just, you can always look online, go on YouTube. I would just go on YouTube. They have, oh yeah, they have. I actually listen to the Rosary, and I like it in Latin. And it's really pretty. You would think Latin is, I don't know, the way the Pope does it, and some of these nuns, and Latin is amazing. And the other one I like is, oh my god, what's the nationality of it? Greek. They have it in Greek. They have it in so many different languages. It's so pretty, even if you don't know the words. I don't know these languages, but I will listen to them in another language. I'm real weird like that. I don't understand, but I am. I will listen to Roman Catholic Mass and different language all the time. I like it in Italian. That's a nice one. And I guess it's a good way of learning another language, because if you already kind of know the ceremony and then you listen to another language and you already know what the words were in English, it kind of helps you a little. So it kind of, I'm learning stuff so I won't get Alzheimer's. If it's moving my brain. But yeah, I would definitely would go and just go on YouTube, and if you want to just build, if you want to altar, build altar. If you just want to pray, that's fine. If you want to wear a cross, that's fine. And find yourself and find your happy best path. Don't get a path that is not going to be on your path. Don't jump on a path that's bad, because these paths lead to misery. Because there's always happy paths. There's a little sacrifice, but sometimes it's better because you're going to sacrifice either way. The most important part is having a personal relationship. Not really. You're going to have a lot of them through your life. So I would not focus on that, because you're going to miss out on the path of prosperity. And then there's the path to true friendship. And sometimes I won't date anybody unless I've been long-term friends with them. I'm like this. So some people are like that. So if you jump on wrong paths at wrong times, sometimes it's not good. So you should focus on yourself and jumping on right paths, and someone will come along and you'll have a way more positive outcome. Way more positive. But what's this name of this one? Okay. I don't know if you're still here. I'm sorry. But are you still here? Because I'm ready for your question. I forgot about all that. This was good weed. Should I invite Krill on my birthday? Okay. Alright, do you like. Is this like a crush or an ex boyfriend or something? I guess reading this. But yeah, I don't know where that person went, but let me know if that's an ex boyfriend or whatever, and I can get there. But yeah, personal relationships, getting back on this topic, I'm ready for your questions just about that, but I guess be, I guess if you're still here, the person that asked that question, how does this person impact your life? I guess is what I'm saying. But I guess on this about personal relationships, they are important, but achieving true one a path to your true self kind of helps the personal relationship. It really does. So I would. Oh, you're okay. I didn't know. I thought it was being rude. I was just trying to finish up with the with that other lady because she's going through some stuff with the church people trying to take her in for a cult. My friend Grateful over here, the church people are trying to kidnap her. All right. Well, I guess my only question, I was going to answer that, but how does this person impact your life? Is he like, is the reason you want him at this party because he's like family or a long family friend or something? I guess that's what I was going to ask. So, but I'm drawing it up now. I didn't mean to ignore you. I don't know what I would ever do if I got really popular. I see some of these guys and they have 100 million people in the stream. It seems with questions flying everywhere. I might need an assistant. I don't even know at that point. All right. Oh, you're welcome. All right. I got here. You're on a path in the full moon in Libra. You're literally on that path. And that means you need to start, you're on a balancing path where you're balancing your life. You're too involved in one part and the other's kind of imbalanced. So the universe is trying to balance your life out right now, which is a good path. Oh, you too. You know what? I'm concerned about you and these church people trying to kidnap you. So I want you to come back in the stream so I know you're not kidnapped by the church. I seen some stuff on YouTube about these church people that take these guys and they were raping them and stuff and making them have babies with the I don't know the leader of these cults, and I don't want this happening to you, so stay in touch. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to try to get a search and rescue with Chong. He could be protective when he needs to be. But definitely keep in touch and stay away from them kidnapping you. And get some rest. And I don't know, why don't pray tonight? Don't say the Our Father. Just, you can always, I don't know, I would just literally just, I mean, it would be really awesome if you had a crystal. But if you don't have a crystal, take a little salt and put it around your bed. Even if it's only a sprinkle, sprinkle salt a little bit around your bed, and try to put some peaceful music on and think of happy thoughts, because demons can't be around a path of salt because it's the salt of the earth. And I feel that there's a whole lot of demons in that church, so I want you to do the salt before you go to bed. Just a little bit. I mean, not enough to where if you got pets, they're gonna be thinking, "Ooh, I got some salt for my stuff later." That's just a bad joke. I know you're not gonna do that, but just a tiny salt shaker, just a little tiny salt shaker, and just say, like, if you're Catholic, say a silent prayer, or Christian or whatever. Or all you gotta really say is "Blessed be God" to make it that simple. 3 words: "Blessed be God," and just take the salt and just put it around the borders of the bed. It doesn't have, you don't have to sleep in salt. Just put it around where it's a circle, so when you sleep, nothing can touch you, and you shouldn't have any nightmares. Also, so that'll help you, and you have a good rest and a blessed night. And anyways, get into your reading. You're in like I said, you're in the full moon in Libra, and the universe wants you to learn balance. Whatever that means, they're not telling me why, but your test is to learn balance. So this is the test the universe is giving you, and they want the outcome to be positive for balance. You got the other path, one path you can jump on. None of your other alternate paths, so you could come off this path when you learn it, when you learn balance, is blocked. So that's really good. It means you're not a horrible person and you didn't piss no one off in the universe. So you got your one path is a new moon in Cancer. And this is about your loved ones. And I guess the universe wants you to make amends or reassurance. This is a reassurance path with your family. And it doesn't have to mean blood family, it could mean someone you consider family that you associate with. And I feel it's a lot of people like that. And maybe one or two blood people of blood relations. So, but it's not a bad path. That's actually a really good lesson to learn because you'll have fun. You might go to some baseball games. That would be fun now, wouldn't it? And your other path after that is not bad. It really isn't, because you got the new moon in Aries, which is a very positive moon. It means a fiery beginning. A fiery beginning means a fresh start. So I'm predicting that I think you should invite him to your party. I think it's going to come on strong, but I'm thinking with him being on these paths, I think it might benefit you. It might help you come and help the other path and maybe help you guys come to terms too and see where your guys' path leads. I feel it'll be positive though. He seems like he's a very fun guy. I see him as, I'm just picking up, he's very nice but sarcastic, and I love sarcastic people because I'm very sarcastic. I don't kiss ass. I don't mind talking to trollers. I find them hilarious. I don't get offended about a lot of things. I guess working in medical, you don't get offended about hardly anything in life. At some point, you're just like, F this. And you just come to the point where you just get hardcore, and because you've just seen and dealt with things that you think you would never have. All right, Chong, could you get a nap over every single one of my things? Can you just go on the chair? Chong, give me my yarn. Jeez. He's always trying to move the yarn. At least he don't try to eat it no more. But I know I'm not the most professional stream. But we're low budget these days over here. But I see it being fun anyways. Do invite him and I think you will be fine. Alright. Do you see my son and his sister make up? Oh. I don't know. Let me see what Pat. I guess we're going to have to do a more intricate reading on that one. Alright, let's see what paths are on for one. It depends on what path they jumped on to begin with, I guess, honestly, at that point. Alright. Alright, let me put this here. Yarn is very good for holding up phones. It's better than the box. At least I found a cheap alternative. I don't know, I might keep the yarn even if I was rich. Okay, that situation is in a waxing moon. Energy just keeps building and building. So they're mad and then they're okay and then they're mad again. It just keeps going back and forth and never goes the other way. And then they don't have any blocked paths, which means they're not bad people. They're being given two options. They're being pushed towards New Moon in Capricorn, though, which is where they want you to start kind of working on your life and trying to learn life's lessons. Maybe with like a part-time job or something, and it's usually a card for personal success, and it's a path they have to go through soon. And I feel that's where the energy keeps going back and forth in the current one with the waxing moon. Because they're kind of procrastinating, I guess. I'm picking up. Then the path directly next to them is they're in would be the south node here, and that's not bad. It's just pretty much they don't have enough it's a self-confidence card, I like to call it, south node. They don't have enough self-confidence, I guess, to believe in themselves, and they think that they're not good enough. And maybe that's why that other path of the new moon in Capricorn got intercepted. So that's what I'm thinking. So I feel it's going to be, they will make up, but he is going to have to go through a period where he lets go all of this negative energy. And I feel that the energy he has, once he gets rid of it, he brings it right back. And he has to do it on his own. That's the thing. My son's going through this. He's been going through it for 2 years. My son. He doesn't speak to me at all, my one son, for 2 years. I literally, it was, I got a dog because of all the stuff that was going on with him, and I hope he's not like my son, taking that long. Mine's really, really stubborn, and he can be horrible at times. So I hope you don't have that kind of luck, but I see eventually they are going to make up. I don't think it's going to be like something like mine, but it's going to at least be 3 months or 3 to 6 months at least. But they will. Oh, yours too. Well, if yours is really, really bad like mine, I mean, I'm not trying to put his business out there, but I told him that I didn't allow bad things in my house. Sometimes we got in a fight, and then my oldest, he's in AA, and now he's a sponsor, and he has all of his, because he got a bunch of DUIs, my older son. And he learned his lesson, and now he's an AA sponsor, and he got his life together, but my oldest is always bothering my youngest, and I guess he's kind of getting on a better path, but he still hates me. And everybody says that he doesn't hate me, he just doesn't know what to say to me, I guess. So I'm not trying to be a authority on this subject because my whole life's fallen apart in that area. But I was told by people that this kind of thing happens, and it takes them to come back, and it depends on how stubborn and how much of an asshole they're going to be. And I was told that boys are more stubborn than girls by 3 people at work. So I mean, if we're both in the same boat together, maybe when because I'm gonna actually make an effort because of being over here more. Maybe we could talk to each other every day about our stubborn kids. Because he's the reason I'm on here. Because I thought that he would listen to me and talk to me by now. And I've been live streaming. I think I'm on 100 and I have like 100 and I think 42 published streams, and he hasn't been in one of them. So that's kind of saying something. He was brainwashed by this girl, and There was just a lot of stuff going on. And this is the only thing that keeps me sane. So, I honestly, it's between dealing with that situation and trying to just wait to see how things progress in my own life. It's been a battle. And if I didn't have this distracting me and worrying about when I'm going to do this and then saying, oh, I got to go save up some money to go get a lawyer, might as well do it now with the book. All this is distractions from what's going on and waiting to see when he's going to decide to get his head out of his ass and talk to his mother again. You think John is still. Maybe. I don't know, but Biden's a shithead. I love him. He has a good heart, but he's a damn shithead. And I've been over here in this channel that I'm on. I had to redo the name and try to think of a catchy title. But we used to have dinner and a movie going on, me and my son that won't speak to me, and he used to do little skits, and he had 10,000 views on one of his videos. So I thought he would talk to me by now, but maybe I'll be on 1,000 streams and he'll finally be in one of them. Maybe I'll talk to half of YouTube before he comes in to stream. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind talking to you about shithead sons. My oldest could be a shithead because of his wife, because she's sometimes does everything despite me so he doesn't come and see me. And I know it's not him, it's her. Oh, I'm good. How are you doing? Oh, my lord. Are you a troller or this being held for review? Holy camole. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, my friend. I got this here. I don't know what was being held up for review. I try to stay in my own lane these days. Does Sal want a new beginning? Romance with me at this moment. Why are they holding these messages? This is weird. I guess it's good security. You gotta love YouTube for security on a live stream. Thank you, security team, YouTube. We will see. At least I don't get trollers now. Alright. Beginning romance. Alright, were you and Sal together before? In any. Oh my god. I turned the air off and now I'm hot. I got that anemia going on here. But were you and Sal together at any time? I guess. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm kind of picking up that your energy's there. So you want to know if you and him are going to start over and try to put the past behind you then, right? Because that's what I'm picking up. Is what that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to get all your details sometimes because even the slightest circumstance can change the cards. Because an answer could be different with a different word if you don't do it exactly right. And I'm all about procedure, trust me. Alright. Sal is in a full moon path, which means he's fighting. Do you know? Okay, hang on. Oh, okay, I'll do another reading for you for that one as soon as I'm done with this reading. Alright, Sal is in a full moon cycle right now, and he has to make a decision. And he has to be honest with the universe about his feelings. They're demanding honesty. He's lying to, and I'm not saying he's lying to you about anything or whatever. He's lying to himself about something. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's about feelings. It could be about feelings, but he's lying to himself about something. It's like, but it's stupid. It's just something that affects him. So it's probably about feelings. It's nothing about like he murdered people or anything. It's just about something that he keeps telling himself that's a lie. And it's about those feelings or circumstance or regret. I'm picking up regret. He's always regretting something. And he won't admit to it, but he's on a path where he has to admit to whatever he's regretting, which isn't a bad thing. I've been on this path before. Honestly, we all been through this path before. Trying to find out who you really want to be with, settling down, and just being on a different path. We've all been on this. I've been on this 3 times. So, this isn't horrible. And he has 2 paths that are not blocked. So, he's really not horrible because there's not one blocked path. One path is, 5 times. Well, I'm thinking there's probably feelings there. He's going to have to make a decision and be honest. That's usually what these kind of things are about. It's something that's life, and that's going to impact his whole life, and you can't keep going in this cycle all the time. Eventually the universe makes a final cycle so you can move on to something else. If we like it or not, this is what they do. It's like having Christmas every day. You just can't do it. I wish we could, but we can't. It's sad, I know. And then his other path that he's has to kind of go through is in South Node, which is not a bad path. I've been in South Node mode like probably 10 times. I love South Node. South Node's awesome. This is the path that you are doing okay, but you got to be honest with yourself and move forward. That is what South Node is, in pretty much layman's terms. So he needs to literally admit whatever is inside of him and move on with his life. And he's literally just that's and but he's kind of fighting it. Then his other path that he'll take when all this is over is a mutual moon where many doors are opened. That means that when you get a mutual moon with this kind of deck, when you've been literally, it's lying to your own self about your own feelings. Generally, there's apologies or you got to make amends. And you got to see that person face to face. That's what kind of mutual moon is. It's nothing is set in stone. It's always moving like the ocean. So it has to recycle one way or another. He has to connect with you one way or another in his life. And you guys are just connected in a circle. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I have friends that I have been connected for in many lifetimes, and when we're reincarnated, we go in circles and we come together in a circle and come together in the end, and it starts all over again. He's a part of your circle. He's not going to get rid of you completely. Even if you're not there, you're there. If that makes any sense. So, so that's what I got for that. So I hope everything goes well with this situation, and I'll guess I'll have to pray for this one. All right, let me read this one now. Oh, hello. And then here. Well, yeah, there's going to be. I sense it's not a bad circle. It's just through many lifetimes you just some souls tend to take different roles. And they go around in a circle, and before we're born we decide like what role we're gonna take, but we're a part of each other's lives. You decide if you're going to be the husband, the wife, or if you're going to be someone's son, but it's like certain souls just come, there's a soul group that comes together every lifetime, and it goes around and around and around. He's a part of this, so he's probably going to come back around, I'm sure. Oh, you're welcome. We can always talk about this a more than one conversation. I mean, I'm gonna try to do on my days off morning, afternoon, and evening streams, and then maybe I'll I don't really like everybody knowing the days I work too much, but if you don't see pop up in the morning, maybe just that I just had to work, and then I try to do good morning streams when I'm working. This way, I actually corresponded somehow. Oh, you're welcome. That's how my way, because once I get to work, the corporate people were really upset that I was a live streamer, and I'm not allowed to really have anything with the company or anything when I'm streaming, so I don't try to do anything in the building. That's why I don't have where I work or anything else. They're real funny about it. So I usually do those hellos in the car to kind of let you guys know that I can't stream because I'm literally in the bowels of hell at work between all kinds of pressure and paperwork and everything else. And I don't get released until afternoon. So if you see a good morning from Chong and not a stream, it's because I'm at work. And really, whatever happens in my life, I had to pay my rent, so I gotta go to work. Because honestly, I mean, if I get lucky enough to make money over here, If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, I'm not gonna live. I will still live, and I will still have my bills paid. So it is what it is. But I guess what I'm saying is I gotta work at least 4 days a week. So if I don't pop up in the morning, it'll probably be a good morning stream because I'll be at work. Then on my days off, I'm gonna try to hop on in the morning, even if it's the morning dog walking stream to try to get. I'm gonna try to get on my days off 3 streams a day done. Because I was watching, I forgot what format he's on. It's I think he was on YouTube, but I think he does have a YouTube channel. That guy that does story time and he does like the weed stuff. And I don't know, that's probably a real big thing, but he always like I was like because we do listen to him, the one that does story time, and he is a really good streamer. That's why I don't know if I'd be good with stories as much as I try to give. I guess I just like to try to help people, but I don't have money like that. But the only way I have to help people, literally, is give you a free tarot reading. That's really the only thing I'm at this moment in my life I'm capable of doing. So, and I'm okay with that. Eventually, I'll get something else done, and I'm sure that this computer's going to show up, but it's probably going to be after my tax return gets here, whenever he gets his head out of his ass, my older son. He gets that done, and I just give him money to just bring it here. And that's fine. I mean, it's been written for 5 years. To me, books take a long time. They do. You gotta really, to be a book writer, sometimes you gotta dedicate years to your life for one book. It's for Lord of the Rings. He was a Harvard English professor, and it took him 10 years to write Lord of the Rings. And look at that book, how amazing it is. The books that take the longest to come out and write are generally your better books. And anybody rushing this stuff out there, you can rush a book out and it'll be well written, but it's not going to have a lot of the flair if you gave someone the time to put their expertise in it, I guess. So that's why I'm not in a hurry in life. I know I'm living past 100, and I'll be in good health most of those years. And if I am in bad health, it'll be something that I could fix with antibiotics. So I'm okay. And maybe this is the path I'm supposed to take. I don't really want it all at once. And maybe I'm supposed to do this and do that. And this gives me a chance to get better at one thing while I'm situating the other. Because sometimes that's what life is, and sometimes I'm on one of these paths, you know? I'm on and I'd like to accept my lesson in life, and I don't like to fight it. So I'm starting to enjoy this more, and I look, I almost went to 2 hours. I'm actually doing way better than I was a week ago. So I'm trying to be better and more organized and do better things. So, and that's why I try to do helpful readings, because sometimes if you know what path you're on, you kind of know what to expect and what to prepare for, I guess. Because if you're meant to be on a path, I don't care how powerful you are or what kind of energy you possess, you're never coming off this path until you figure out the lesson they want you to learn, because nobody's that special. I'm not this special. I don't know anyone that's this special. Priests are not this special. No one is. We've all been through this. These different paths, and you're thrown in them every single time another decision's made in your life. You're always on a path. You could be on thousands of paths before you're dead. I mean, I try to make them all beneficial and good paths, but sometimes I've been on bad paths, but it wasn't to my own doing, and I just had to ride out the bad path. And I ended up getting a lot of good karma for it, but it sucked. I went through a lot, but I eventually had to let that go, and it was the hardest thing I had to do. So I'm not saying if you're on one of these paths, you're cursed. I'm just saying that you're not going to have a good day for probably weeks, even if you learned it right away, because you have to feel a little bit of the implications of your decision. And even if it's a small, minor thing, you have to learn it. And I believe the faster you learn your lesson, the less of bad karma you get, because I tend to learn my lessons very quickly. And I will make amends or do whatever I need to do, and I move it along. I still have repercussions, but they're not as bad. The longer you have it moving along, the worse it gets. So, my advice, because I've been in these paths, check yourself. I was egotistical at one point and I thought that I was better than. It wasn't I thought that was better. I guess I was kind of having a big head for a minute, but it wasn't a horrible big head when I was in my 20s. Early, my 20s. It's like late 20s type thing. But I learned it. I mean, it kind of sucked because I was enjoying being Miss Thing, but it happens. So if you are in one of those paths, it's okay. Sometimes you fall in that path. Sometimes you're meant to do something that to happen for something else to happen. And it happened to me, and I'm kind of glad it did because something else happened that was better. And I've been through so many paths, thousands and thousands. I just have become an expert at paths anymore. If anything, I guess my nickname could be Pathfinder. So, but my throat's starting to get parched, so because it's been almost 2 hours, and this is the best I've ever done. I do want to say I think out of 140 live streams, this is probably one of my better streams. And it's scary, so maybe I am starting to be a better live streamer. I don't know. Because I was actually that had way better flow than the other ones. And I think that me trying to think of a system to organize all this now that I'm starting to feel better, because I was all messed up. I had a polyp on my uterus that was, and then they had to remove a part of it, and I was sick, and I had to take all of these antibiotics. I was really fucked up. Now I'm okay. I'm starting to eat slowly every day. Every day, I eat a little slowly, just like little amounts, and try to eat more small meals. And I'm getting better. So now that I'm better, I could probably. I won't be so tired because on my other live streams I was a little tired and pale, real bad pale. In a couple of my pictures I did have to put light makeup on with my app because I was really looked bad. I looked like I had dark circles and everything because this medicine was kicking my ass. It really was. So I'm back now. My skin color's back. I don't have to really fabricate a whole lot no more. So, but I kind of wanted to keep going when I was sick. So I just figured I'd let you guys know I don't like to be dishonest about things. But the only thing I really fabricated, honestly, was you have different angles in your thing, and did do modeling when I was younger, so I'm just really good at makeup. So I could do different looks. The only thing I ever really do, guys, sometimes cheat on is with makeup. If I wanna, if I didn't like, I wanted to do like a shadow eye or something, they could put a shadow eye on you. It's really nice. You should get it. They have so many different apps like that, especially around Christmas time. You could fix your family photos and put like a Christmas. I'm thinking about one of the ones of me and Chong put in a Christmas background and maybe making it to Christmas cards. And since everybody's attached to their phones, I'm gonna take one and then well, obviously I'm everywhere and anywhere, but mine will go on social media for everybody and thousands of people. But I would suggest it even for if you're not on social media because you could put like a snow in the background, like you went to see a professional photographer, and you could put a backdrop on your picture and send it to your photos, and then you can print them out at like Walmart or anywhere, and you can put them out and you can attach them to Christmas cards. And it would save you a lot of money because a lot of these apps are only like $7 a week. And once you get them, if you don't want to keep it, you cancel it right away after you get your Christmas things together or your special pictures for whatever. You cancel it and then it's done. Or you could do it on a free trial. That's even better. You can get a free trial and then cancel it right away after you do your Christmas card around holidays and stuff. You can print out that picture and to any size you want. And you can take pictures of your kids and all kinds of stuff and put the backdrop off and just different things. Or if your kids weren't looking straight and you were screaming at them to look forward and they didn't, you can have their eyes actually move forward. So it would do everything a professional photographer would do. Like, it's not going to fix your looks. I mean, you're going to look how you look, and that's it. That's life. But if you wanted to have shadow eyes or something, it could just give you shadow eyes. Or if you just like, let's say you've been real sick, like I was been real sick, you can put like light foundation on and stuff, and then print it out, put it in your photos for these different ones, and then go to Walmart. I think Walmart still does them. I'm not sure. I know that CVS, there's different ones, and they'll print these out for you. And you just got to pay for the copies, and that's it. I think it's easier than back in the day than seeing the photographer. because I used to run a photography stand in the mall when I was younger, in my 20s. That's what I did. I just literally was the mall person. I was like, hey, you want to get your pictures taken? And I would take their pictures. And I was actually a decent photographer. And it probably makes it better that I actually had a job doing it. And people used to think that the pictures turned out okay. Like, couples would come get their pictures done. The hardest was kids. It really was. Trying to get kids to sit still with the perfect family photos, sometimes it takes an act of God, but sometimes I had to do little tricks, and I guess it's all in luck. Luck is a big thing with photography. That's why I'm always out trying to get this eagle. Because with photography itself, the photography, I guess, is all about chance in your angle. I'm going to get that eagle one day. And low key, it's usually on morning streams or sometimes afternoon. Sometimes in the afternoon, I'm not doing tarot card readings. It's only when I'm home. I obviously, if I'm out and my dog's jumping at trucks, I can't do tarot readings because he's large and in charge. I mean, it is what it is. But I will be on, like, because I usually run live streams with my dog or he gets jealous. I don't, he really does. So I just live stream all the way to the small park we go to, and then the small dog park, and then on our way back, which takes us 40-50 minutes because he has so much rest stops and there are some eagles back there. So I'm trying to get picture the eagles. And they're so hard to get. Eagles are the worst for me to get. I swear, I tell you. Those eagles, no one, I think they can hear you. I had an eagle dip down low, and I was trying to take a picture of it, and wasn't trying to attack me or nothing, but it was enough that I knew it was there. But it was so fast, I was streaming and I couldn't even get it. I was so upset. But hello, how are you? Did you want a reading? Or did you want to have cordial talk? I like to talk the grunge. I call it the bullshit talk of the day when you're venting. The grunge talk. I like call it the venting talk because everybody say, "Oh, when I said that I didn't mean that." I was like, "I know you were venting, but venting is good to do. You want to vent to people in the third party, just so you know." I'm well. Just wanted to know when Stellaverse is supposed to come back. Is that her name? Oh, she's a she's from Egypt. Oh, okay. I always thought Cleopatra was very attractive. I think she's one of the most attractive people in history, and she has such a strong background. Oh, that's perfect. And she's 24. I can see why you're so hot to trot with this girl. Uh, an Egyptian Scorpio lady? You just want that. You want the hot stuff. Scorpios are hot and cold, though, my friend. They hot and cold. I will tell you that. Will she come back? We'll do her paths. Because, I mean, if she comes back, that's on her own free will, and I can't predict what she's going to say because that's her decision. And hers alone. So, You figure 24, she's already on her, I like to call it the beginning path of adulthood. And when you're on the beginning, all right, so you got here, you're 33 and a Virgo. Okay, well, you're a lover. Virgos are lovers. They're not about war. Scorpios can go both ways, and they're warlike ways and nice ways. Sometimes the lovers like the challenge. But she's on a pathway, and on this pathway is usually generally if a baby is going to be born into the world. This is the first path a woman takes in their 20s, to where the first child will be conceived, and generally some women sleep with more than one guy. It's life. I don't judge. I don't It is. Some guys sleep with more than one woman, but eventually settles with one. So, well, we'll see what path she's on. Other than that path, that's just the path that's obvious to everybody in the free world that's breathing and living. She has the cardinal moon, which is pretty much a decision's waiting for her. A cardinal moon is when a decision's been put on hold. And she's on the hold mode. And she does have two open paths, which means she's not a horrible person, which this is good for you. Because I have seen people on one block path and one open, which means they were bad, so they had to really sit in that other path longer to get to the other path. But her one path that she's going to go through is the full moon in Leo. She's a little bit egotistical. She got a kind of attitude, and it's because she's really good looking, and she thinks she's better than other people. But her ego needs to be. She's in a path where she has to go and bring the ego down. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it is going to happen, because when you get one of those paths that you're going to jump into before the final path, it means it's not letting you go to that path until you learn your lesson. And generally, someone's going to hurt her feelings. I don't know who, but it's going to hurt her in a bad way. And they're going to do something to really make her cry if she doesn't lose the attitude, because she has, obviously, I'm picking up an attitude. She thinks she's better than everyone else at times, and it's not good. People told me summer she was coming back and someone already had heard her. Well, maybe that was meant to happen. I was told she was in isolation. Oh. Did they hurt her emotionally? Because this is like an emotional thing. This has nothing to do with if they beat the hell up out of her or not. Okay, so At least she wasn't like beat up or someone tried to like, I don't know, do all that crazy stuff they do in that. I don't like to utter the word, the human trade, the thing that I don't like. But anyways, I mean, that's good that she was hurt through pain. Hey, that you can only lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. This happened to my son. I told him the same thing about his girl, my younger son. I protested. They hated me, and he's not with her. She dumped him, and they got a whole love triangle that would makes you guys go, man, my life is not this bad. And I warned him, and he would not listen to me. He would not listen to me. So, anyways, the final path, she got emotion. She got supermoon, and these are where emotions are running high. Once this isolation's over, and I guess her time where she's her self-reflecting, we'll call it, she's gonna be humbled and be a better person. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, she's not being abused or nothing. She's being fed every day. Maybe she just needs this time to see that the world's not always gonna kiss her ass. Because the world sure don't kiss my ass. I don't even do bad things. They'll kiss my ass. But sometimes, things go on and people think they're better, and then this happens. But she will come back. She's not with anybody. She's not. I do know this. I picked this up. She's just literally sulking and being juvenile a little bit, I guess. Yeah. She's just being. I don't. I'm not even trying to insult her, so don't be mad at me. I'm not. I'm just saying that she's being a little, I guess, kind of childish because she was trying to be something she wasn't. But it wasn't horrible. It's just, you do this when you're 20. She'll be better. Yeah, very immature. Yeah, I'm picking this up. She's nice but immature. She's gonna mature up because she's gonna have to do everything that she was supposed to do that she's holding off on doing. So, summertime. I mean, I'm just picking up. All right, well, I'm picking up maybe end of summer. Honestly, I want to think it might be right before the end of summer because she's kind of stubborn. And stubborn people take a long time. My younger son hasn't spoken to me going through this, even with the girl breaking up with him and everything. He hasn't spoken to me in 2 years, but I don't think she's as stubborn as my son. So I'm thinking late summer, and we're already in June. I'm thinking August, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking August. I'm picking up August, like maybe 15th to the 30th, something like that. I mean, at least she's not, talking to Zach and deciding not to talk to you for 2 years. At least it's August, so at least you're getting this. So I'm glad for your personal happiness. I figure since my kids are shitheads, I might as well help other people because other people have to have stubborn shithead people in their life too. So I might as well try to help them. So, but I'm glad to have helped you. It'll work out. It will. She's just being a shithead. That's it. She's not with anybody. She's actually sad and lonely. I do pick up sad and loneliness. I don't know. I can't pinpoint the exact feeling, but I feel loneliness and despair. I could pick on those kind of feelings easily. And those could be because she loves you. Usually, if someone either loved or hated you, they're going to feel loneliness. But I don't feel fear. I just feel loneliness. Because those dark emotions I pick up right away. There's no dark emotions. I think it's truly actually she's sad when she cries because she's sad, but it's not out of fear, it's out of love. You can pick the emotion. See, for me, I mean, I just feel the one way, but I mean, I'm the person that enjoys horror movies, so, but, anyways, she's just over there crying, being her, and she's probably gonna come by there and tell you a whole bunch of stories and wanna do her usual, the little your guys stuff in bed and make you breakfast and this and that and be little Miss Homemaker. And she's gonna try to be the Stefford wife when she comes back. So I think you'll be okay. And maybe you can, when you get your Stefford wife and everything situated, you can come visit. You could come visit me over here and maybe get me some subscribers even. And then I can help out your friends too. And I'm very happy for you. Oh, you're new? Okay. Well, how you doing, Janice? I haven't heard of that name in a long time. Liked and already. Oh, you're welcome. Let me know how this works out. I mean, you have to August, so you might as well just jump in the stream every once in a while and tell me if you're living and how you're doing until August. Because I don't know, maybe my son won't talk to me for 3 years. I don't know. He's a stubborn asshole, so we'll see when he decides he's going to talk to me. Maybe the stubborn asshole one day will be in the stream. I don't even know. We'll have to see. I'll let you know. You guys all know who my brother is, so my brother from another mother, so obviously he'll look a lot different. He'll be a minor celebrity when he gets his head out of his ass. But yeah, come visit me tomorrow. Alright. I don't know. I keep weird times, but I'm gonna try to do a morning to since I don't have to work morning, afternoon, and evening. I'm making myself not be so lazy to these days. But you have a good day. Okay, yeah, like Janis Joplin. Oh, I like Janis Joplin. Oh, okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Janis Joplin is the shit. I love her singing. Yeah, you can ask a question. I'm here. I'm actually on a roll. Maybe the energy of the universe is good today. I've been having good clarity today. And it's been over 2 hours. I'm used to after an hour wanting to take a nap, so maybe it's gonna be better for me. Maybe I'll have actual better streams now. Who knows? We'll see where it goes from here. It says if I accept being in a relationship with Oscar, how would he treat me? Well, I guess we gotta look at his past to see where he's at. To see what to expect. 'Cause you never know. Alright. Alright, well, he's on a third quarter moon where pretty much he's in judgment for something. And third quarter moon are a judgment call, and this is judgment from the light. So he's did something that wasn't horrible, but it wasn't nice. So they are making him being self-aware. So he has a lot going on. So the path they're pushing him towards. Okay, maybe that's it. That could be. But heaven's, I guess I like to say heaven's gates here because third quarter moon kind of represents heaven. But these guys, heaven's pretty much put them on. You need to learn a lesson, so they put him on a full moon Capricorn path, and they must not really like him, or they're not happy about what he did. I think there was some kind of child involved. Either I want to say there was an abortion of somebody that had to be born, and since he was playing around, he interfered and got the wrong girl pregnant at the wrong time, and it kind of interfered with things. So they had to switch a birth or something. They have to take these souls and switch them around because of something. I don't think he was aware. I think she got an abortion or something. And heaven wasn't happy with it because she did not get. I guess she didn't. The sin did not go on her because she was with someone else, and she had to do it, or she would have been homeless because whoever he was with, or whatever her situation was, she couldn't be pregnant with another man's kid. But it was a birth. This person was supposed to give birth to a child around that time, and they couldn't because he got her pregnant. And heaven doesn't discipline with violence. They like to do some horrible, mind blowing shit to you. So he got full moon in Capricorn for his punishment. is they had to readjust the births and readjust situations and certain timelines and things like that because they have people that are supposed to be born at certain times to perform certain things in the earth because our problems are not that important to the higher people. But when he gets through all this, I think he has to do something that's going to directly benefit something else in this girl's path because she finally did get pregnant with the appropriate baby after the other one was given up. But still, death came upon this baby before this light bringer could be born. All this is about a baby, a light bringer. It could have been a possible angel baby. This is why I say sex really needs to be monitored a little bit better because at certain times angels have to be born, and if you interfere in an angel birth you're pretty much public enemy number one, and not even the courts in hell can help you. So whatever he's in and whatever he's doing is to try to give back and fix what the mistake he made so the light bringer could be brought in properly and in a different way. But it's to benefit this kid, whatever he has to do, and it has nothing to do. He's not involved with the child because they had to redo it where she got pregnant with another guy. So it's coming to an end, this tough cycle, because this girl is married and she's okay now, I guess, and the angel was born. God bless. Sign of the cross. I'm not having any kind of bad karma along with this. So that seems like some terrible shit he was going through. But that's over with now. The baby was born. They're happy. And well, yeah, you gotta watch. You gotta watch how what you do impacts another, and they have these births that come through. They have people that have to be born, and they get, depending on who it is that needed to be born. If you interfere with someone that had to be born, that could be like stealing from the FBI. You don't want that kind of smoke. But is the third path that's about to open up is his new moon card, and this means a new start is coming. And this comes with prosperity, which means they're going to allow him to have more money now. Because when they get pissed off when you do something they don't like, they will take away your personal happiness, leave you enough money for food and your bills, and you won't have nothing else. So, with and it's his new moon's probably gonna, on the next lunar cycle after the full moon, when the new moon starts, that's when he's gonna start getting more money in his bank. The money he was supposed to have is going to come back because they're not pissed off at him no more. But they're not going to return the money they took. Whatever he didn't have, whatever money was his lesson to learn. At least he didn't kill no one. I mean, it's not the worst deal in the world if a child has to be relocated in another body, low key. But it does piss off heaven a lot. So just be careful. And I know it's kind of hard sometimes. It's not a sin. It's just, sometimes they like to make you aware because sometimes they got to redo things or reshuffle things and they don't like that. So, but that's about it with that. And he should be okay now. I give it about maybe late July before he starts getting like some kind of money opportunity because it's going to open up because you can't punish somebody just for some people make mistakes. It is what it is. You know, people it's not like he murdered anybody. He had sex and he had a lot of sex. I mean, some people just like sex a lot. It is what it is. I mean, we got to accept this. We wouldn't have this many human beings on the earth if people did not like sex. And it's not horrible. It's what it is. It's not a big deal that honestly, I don't believe abortions are a sin because I believe if the fetus is just because the fetus is there, if the fetus is in there, it doesn't really feel as much pain. It's clusters of cells. I'm not against abortion, but if it's in the wrong circumstance and things have to be shuffled, it's not the worst thing in the world, so I don't consider it murder. And it's not considered murder until the soul's actually out. Because if you think about it, we eat chicken eggs. Yeah, they I guess were alive at one point, but they didn't feel any pain. They were clusters of cells. They were really in their nourishment, so it's like almost like the same thing, except they whatever they do with them. I don't know what the medical community does after that. And I know it's a very sensitive topic, but I tell the truth and I don't lie. I mean, I tell the raw truth here. I'm just trying to read this better. Right, but for now I know when this baby gets a soul in. I don't know. I guess maybe they do. I'm not sure about the transaction that, but I can tell you that I think it's the spine doesn't develop to. I mean, I'd have to look it up, but I don't think the spine develops right away. I think it's the brain. So if you want to say the brain is the soul's in the brain, maybe that probably could be true. A lot of people do say our soul's in our brain, so I don't know. So I don't know. I would say that if you're gonna not have a good life or you're not in the right body, it's better to get over with and get it and be done with it early and move on to a new body because it's easier than dealing with the wrong parents and everything else. I mean, it's just it gets messy after that, and I think it's better this way. Honestly, if it has to happen, it has to happen, and get it done early. And sometimes it's better for the child when that soul goes in a different body because we want everyone to have a good quality of life. I feel that if I can't go to the coffee shop if I wanted to and live stream and stuff, and I felt it was my time, that I should just be able to go. And these is part of our free will choices in life. So thank God for hospice. They're awesome. I love hospice. I'm a fan of them. I would, I don't know, I'm thinking one day about working for them. I can work for hospice, I might. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I'll see. Or get a part-time job over there, but I respect hospice because it gives them the right to die in dignity. Because people need to die in dignity, and I believe all sometimes death is necessary. And if in one token where they're going to say any life that's sprung forth, if you kill it, you're going to jail. What about the person you're keeping live on a tube feed that has no brain activity? I mean, you can't be all on one side and not on the other. That's how I feel about this issue. I believe in quality of life. So if the quality of your life is going to be better if you're born into another body or another time, I don't think it's wrong. And I don't feel that there's no pain felt. If anything, the pain would go to the mother because they're so connected to the mother, so the mother might need counseling afterwards. It's not going to be the baby that's harmed, it will be the mother. So sometimes you gotta make these choices, and they're hard, and we cannot judge one another about it, and I wouldn't want anybody to. And don't let the religious communities get you down if you did have an abortion, because sometimes the right circumstances are only your business and your business only. And if I lose a subscriber because of being pro-choice, then so be it. I'm a tarot reader. I mean, obviously, I'm going to believe on that token of the quality of life. Because I'm over here trying to help people out with their life to be happy. Obviously, I'm going to be concerned about the quality of the life. And I believe if you have grandma on a tube feed and she's like 102 and she doesn't know her own name, it's time to let her go. This is the truths I feel. I feel if you know that you're pregnant, your child, let's say, has a lot of problems, say, and they told you that you did tests. Let's say they're going to be real slow and they're going to have a lot of problems, and your body's trying to abort the fetus. At that point, if someone says, I don't know if I have enough time in my life to handle a handicapped child, and if they take off work to go through the whole process of having a handicapped child and they get set back in their life, I don't think it's wrong if they have an abortion. I really don't. I don't believe if somebody was going to put a baby in a bad position, let's say they're hopped up on a bunch of drugs and that baby's going to be born all messed up and they're in a bad choice, they went through rehab and they just honestly are not ready to have a child and they just choose to board that baby, as long as they do it early enough to where it's not almost a full birth and they're still kind of forming where it's not an official baby, I don't feel it's wrong. I really don't. As long as it's done for good intentions, I don't believe any of that stuff is wrong. Some people will tell you it's all wrong, but they're not living your life. You're living your own life. You're the one in the end that has to live with your answer. Don't do something for someone else. Do something for you. Live for you. Don't live for. I wouldn't live for anyone else because you're going to be unhappy. Do what makes you happy. Because this is the only truth that is going to get you through your years. And when you get older and you're settled in your life, there's no regrets. To live with no regrets, you have to be like that. Don't candy coat things to people. Say, this is where I'm at in my path. I don't know if we're going the same path. And if you gotta let someone go, sometimes you have to. And it sucks. I get it. It really sucks. But what are you gonna do? So, but I it's almost 11 o'clock here, so I'm gonna end this. And I think I'm on a very good streak with everything. And I thank everybody for the great conversation. And I think it's helping my streaming skills, having to be able to learn how to have better conversations. So thank you for making that possible, and thank you for the subscriptions. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. And have a great night.